Risky29, you're not showing support. I'm sorry, I have to unsubscribe. What? Oh yeah. I don't even know you, so sorry. Right. Hello, Monica. Is my microphone actually working? I have no idea. I'm just putting a comment in. Okay, sound good. Right. I have to check out who this person is. I have no idea. First comment coming up. You're not showing support. Right. No idea. Never mind. Hello, Go Fish. Let's see. I have Golden Retro still going on here. I'll turn his sound off now. Hello, Ian Matthews. I'm just setting up now. So, and hunting and stuff with J&J. I really need to figure out how I'm going to be able to see the chat when I am going to be over here. Because, yes, that might be a thing. So, let's see here. I do have a laptop I might be able to put here. While I'm setting this all up, people can hop in for this. Let's see, how is it? Oh, I got part of the couch now. This should be a good angle, I guess. Hit enter too fast. Oh. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this thing started up and on YouTube's. See the chat somewhere here. I do think I have a power socket somewhere here. I didn't think this through. Stupid power sockets are way too high. So by the time I get started, there might be some people in here ready to watch. This is about video game stuff, so might not be for everyone. And if this works, I might actually cut it down into a somewhat well-edited video. How does this piece of junk turn on? There. By the time you get started, you will be asleep. Well, it's Friday, Ian. And it's only like 10:15 over there. Well, it's a Swiss Army knife. Windows is getting ready. Don't turn off the computer. Right. Updates probably, because this thing hasn't been on in like forever. Isn't there an easier way to see the chat? I don't have to want to run back and forth. 6 people in here. So, who's in here? Oh, Ian. Hunting and stuff with J&J. Monica. I can see chat on my phone. True, that would work. Let me see. Yeah, this thing is taking forever. I'll just put that aside here. My phone is at 88%. Should be enough for... Right, live unboxing. Let's turn the sound down on this damn thing. Yes, there we go. Right, over to the side of this here. Right, how do I set myself to top chat, live chat on this thing? Live chat. There we go. I didn't really plan anything. I just thought this box has been here for months, and I really need to get this thing out of the box and unpacked and maybe turned into a video. Why not do it live? Yeah, Go Fish had surgery today or yesterday. Should I give it a few more minutes before I begin? People want to, I don't know, share it out, get more people in here. I don't know. I don't mind so much, but yes, I know, Missy. It's a miracle. I really thought I wanted to get this thing out of the box. Let's get the other Darksiders stuff out of the way. This is the sword from the first Darksiders video game. The Sword of War. Let me see. Does this show? There we go. It's not made of metal. It's a type of resin, I think. If it was made of metal, I wouldn't be able to lift it. Let's get that aside here. This came with the Darksiders 2 Collector's Edition. Some of you have probably already seen this. I want to try to make a metal casting of this thing. Get a mold made of this somehow. The nose is probably going to be quite difficult. But try to cast this thing in aluminium, maybe. Just turn it into a metal skull mask. But yeah, the Darksiders 3 Collector's Edition, or in this case, Apocalypse Edition, slightly bigger. Hey, Tony's Reviews is in here. Well, Tony, watch me review this product. Well, by now it's quite old. I actually saw Nero Trigger going live yesterday, I think it was, and he was playing Darksiders 3, and I went in the chat there and said, hey, I have the Apocalypse Edition for this thing, which I paid 400 euros for. He said, oh, it's free now if you have PlayStation Plus. So yeah. But then again, you don't get all the stuff that's in here, because there's bound to be a lot of cool stuff in here. Now, can I set my phone somewhere so that I can see the chat and not be in the picture the whole time? Let's see. There we go. Start by getting the plastics off. There's a bit of a delay, so I have to kind of make sure that I'm in the shot here. I had to clean half of the living room here to make space for this whole thing. There, away with the plastic. Hello, Prev, you're just in time. Oh, Elias is also in here. Hey, I'm taking my 400 euro video game out of the box. Or at least I'm going to try very carefully to see how this is done, because I don't want to destroy the packaging. Try to not slide it around for too much. Does this stick on there, or maybe I'll just... Oh, it's just a small thing. So yeah, there's supposed to be all kinds of stuff in there. Let's see. Statues and art, a wall scroll, a soundtrack, all kinds of stuff in here. So let's see what we can get out of here. Right, other side. That's just a piece of paper. Now, how does this work? Oh, I think, let's see here. I think this opens from the side. Let's see. Is it in the shot? It's annoying, it takes a bit. There we go. Oh, I can actually see it there. Oh, look at this. There we go. There's 4 boxes in there. So many of you might not be familiar with these video games, but these are all characters from the video games, of course. Vulgrim is a character that pops up in, I think, all 3 of the games. Let's get this out there. This is Fury, which is the main character for this game. And then there is War, which you can probably not really see. I'm going to unpack these in a bit. There's the first Darksiders, that's the one with the huge sword. And then there's Death, which the one with the mask. Right, so let's get these aside and open those later. First, get some more of these bits out. There we go. See how this opens. Ooh, there is the game case, I think. Looks like it, nice steel case. And there's no disc in there, that's awesome. If I'm going to be hassled with that. No, I think I knew this already. This is the actual game box. This sealed has the game. This is just a novelty item. So you can place the stuff in this nice steel case. But there's people who collect these steel cases who don't actually use them. And they just, because if you use them, it gets all scratched at some point. So they just collect them and put them as art stuff for display. Let me see some of the comments here. Oh, 10 people in here. Hello, Whispering Cauldron. Nice to see you all in here. Hello, Gemma. Well, we're just at the beginning for the basics. So, oh, and this is the soundtrack CD, I assume. Careful there. Yes, official soundtrack. I love all this artwork that they put on there. So this I will keep in the plastic for now, because I will be playing that somewhere in the weekend, probably. Let's see what else is in this thing. Come out. Now this is empty. Oh, game code, which I will not show you, of course. That's for some extra stuff in game. And this is the art book. This stuff usually comes with like collector's editions, has all the game art in it, concept art, stuff that is used in the game, stuff that isn't used in the game. I own many collector's editions now of many video games, so I kind of know how these things go. But as big as this, I've never had them before. So let's see. Put that aside in here. And then there is just some foam. And oh, it's a good thing I checked. And this is actually cool, because this I can recreate with some metal casting maybe. Is this open? No, this is closed. Let me open it on one side. This is a wall banner. Let me put everything that I have showed in here. There we go. The game I will keep separate. Oh, hope this will show up. It has 2 rods in it. So there. That's some awesome awesome art. Yes, the main character in this video game is a woman, because the first 2 were all both men. Not sure about the 4th one. That is gonna come out somewhere, I think, next year. But it's about the 4 horsemen, basically. Yes, she looks badass. She does. Nero Trigger is playing this game these days now. So if you catch his live streams, you can actually see some gameplay of this video game. I'm not planning on doing any gameplay videos, so might be interesting if you are interested in stuff like this. Well, let's see if I can get this. I'll roll it up later. I'll just put it over here. Just have to remember that it is here, so that I don't like trip over it. All right, and then there is game code here. There's also this. Let me see if I can get this out here. More plastic. This is a kind of like medallion bandit thing. Let's see if I can get it on the shot. This is the symbol of the horseman. It's basically a horse's head. And because this has some nice details in it and it's flat, I can probably use this as a mold for metal casting, so I can make more of these. Won't be as good as this one, of course, but since I have a lot of zinc, and that's very nice to cast with, I can probably make some nice zinc, maybe even some nice aluminium castings, because aluminium would be nice and light. Zinc is quite heavy and strong. We'll see. So, cool medallion. Let's quickly look at the chat again. Yes, opening new stuff is a lot of fun. I see why you have your channel, your review channel, Tony. It's like it's Christmas every day. Right, so I have gotten everything out now. Let's get one of the characters. Let's start with Darksiders 1, which is War. Let's get this better in the shot. I can see the screen over here. That might be handier. There, that's even better. I can see the StreamYard screen on my computer when I'm here. So let's see. These things always come with a lot of plastic, and you have to kind of be careful getting these out. Now I do have a lot of display cases here, but they're all full, so maybe I need to get another one. So yeah, We will see. This is usually tied together somehow, or has like a clicky. Oh, and it has tape. Yes, plastic melts too, but I don't think plastic ingots are that interesting, Brev. Yes, they are worth more unopened, but then I can't display them. And it's not about worth, it's about fun and collecting. And this is also awesome for metal casting, because this is a smaller version of that sword. And I could actually make a cast of this and make an aluminium version, or maybe a brass golden one. You never know. This is actually quite a nice size. This will fit the new small flasks that I made. So yeah. Yeah, well, I can have some people up on the panel, easier to talk to, and then someone can read out the comments to me. That might be handy. I'll put the link in. I'll put the link in the chat. So that's a good idea. Where do I do this again? There should be a option somewhere to add someone, right? Where is it? Invite. There we go. Copy to clipboard. And there we go. So hop on. I am not gonna be putting people's face on. I'm just gonna keep this camera on, so you'll be in the background somewhere. Not seeing anyone yet. Yes. Hello, Prev. There's the sound. Back to the big screen. No? How do I get myself on there? There. That's it.
Oh, I see. They actually changed the StreamYard thingy, so you can see the YouTube comments as well if you're like interested in the panel. That's actually pretty cool.
They were laggy at first, but I think they fixed them for the most part now.
Okay.
All right, that's handy. So you can read any comments or questions.
Yes,
I'll just
read the comments. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just continue with this and see if I can get everything in the shot. Okay, right. Let's see. Yeah, but the sword I really like. The fact that this is a separate piece makes it easy for casting. Because I wanted to make an aluminium casting of this thing. So yeah, that's slightly bigger.
Yeah. Swamp Picker says hello.
Oh, hello. And who is this? Swamp Picker. I don't think I've ever seen that name before. Probably one of my subscribers, maybe, or someone who just happened to pop in.
Yeah.
GM channel. Hello. Well, we're in the middle of the unboxing, so you can enjoy the rest of it. If anyone is familiar with the Darksiders video games, this might be interesting because this is a version of the game you will probably not see very often because it's a quite expensive one. I'm a sucker for collector's edition. If it says collector's edition, then I basically want it. It's the kind of like in Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. It's the gotta catch 'em all syndrome.
GM Channel Play and Fun says hi and may I join?
Well, it's not really a panel thing for today. Prev is just on there basically because I've known him since the very beginning I was on YouTube, and so that he can read out the comments.
Indeed, I'm reading his comments.
I'm gonna have to be very careful getting this thing in his hand because I'm not really sure if that'll work. Let's get the platform out first. So don't want to break off one of his fingers. This is quite a heavy piece also. There we go. This is gonna be awesome. Oh, that's on there pretty dang well. Look at that. Now to get this sword in his hand some way. I'll look at that later. This is the main character from the first Darksiders game. Any video game fans out there, the voice actor who voiced him also voiced Illidan Stormrage in World of Warcraft. Liam something. Forgot his name. So let's put that here. And the box aside.
GM Channel says take care, guys.
All right.
And a shout out to all his friends.
Death. That's the second one. Oh yeah. Right. Hopefully the camera doesn't fall over. No, this should be good. Oh, they already put the weapons in his hands. That's good. This is the character Death. There we go. And Death has a big scythe. And in this case, he has two. And many people complained about the second Darksiders where you play with Death, that the game was so different from the first one. But then again, the character is completely different and the mechanics are different, and it worked actually pretty well. I love the game. So yeah, let's see. These are all very interesting games. If you like the hack and slash adventure puzzle style games. They are kind of like the Legend of Zelda games, but in a completely different setting. But similar in some of the mechanics.
Eileen Value the Fam says, I love watching the gameplay on Darksiders.
Yes, like I said, Nero is playing the third one now. So if he goes live at any point, he will probably be playing the Darksiders 3, the unboxing I'm doing now of this huge ass box with all these statues in there. I'm gonna have to try to get him on here. There. I think that's.
Whispering Cauldron says they are pretty detailed.
They are very detailed. Yes, I'm surprised. Even though they are plastic, because some collector's editions actually come with like resin statues or even a certain type of stone. I think you get pretty decent details with these. What are they? Vinyl figures, I think. They are actually pretty damn good. So put this over there. Plastic away. Let's get Volgrim. So he's a main character in all three of the games. Assuming he's in the third one. I haven't played the third one yet because I'm just now taking it out of the box. He's like a messenger character, and in the game you buy and sell stuff at him when you meet him, and he gives you clues what to do in quests and stuff like that. He's like a demon that defies the bad guys and helps the good guys because he's only in it for profit. One of those guys.
Hard Life Survivor gives you a thumbs up and a fist bump.
Hi, Hard Life, welcome.
He says, "What's up, chat room?"
I'm taking my video game out of the box finally. I think I had this thing here for close to, well, almost a year, maybe. At least 8 months. Let's see how this works here. It's one of those clicky plastic thingies. You can easily repack and there we go. Oh, there's a plastic beam here for something. I have to check the back side of the box. How does this work? What is this beam for? Something for stability, maybe.
Hard Life Survivor, yes, indeed. He does have a commentator today.
Yes. Not specifically a commentator, someone who reads the chat.
Some kind of a commentator.
Something like that, yes.
Has to do with comments. So.
Oh, I get it. This thing is because he floats. He's kind of a floaty demon. So I have to see how this works, like this, I guess. There we go. So yeah, he's on a see-through little rod so that it looks like he's floating. And he's basically one of those demons that he's not your friend, he's not your enemy. As long as you can get him what he wants, he will help you. One of those characters. They are usually interesting characters in movies and in video games as well. So right, those are the three ones that I know. And now the main character of this game. Let me also quickly have a look at the comments here. See, 11 people in here. All right. Let's continue. So this is Fury. I think the names of the horsemen, according to like the mythology, it's like famine, war, death. No, pestilence, famine, war, and death. And in this game, it's war, death, fury, and I think strife. So slightly different, but very well done in the sense of the story of the game. Not going to go into that because that'll take way too long. Let's see, how is this all connected? It's all stuck in here. So the main character from the first game has a huge sword. The death has two sides. And in the game, you can find many more different weapons. You can also find like one huge scythe. And in the third one, she has a whip, which is this thing, which is funny because she's a woman and she has a huge whip. So, yeah, that'll probably look better when she's holding it.
Hardlife Survivor says in the comics, the 4 horsemen work for Apocalypse.
In the X-Men comics, maybe. I'm not sure if there's also Darksiders comics.
And Gofish Office says hello to everyone.
And we're all very glad that Gofish Office is okay and here with us now.
Right.
There we go. Yeah, in the video game they work for some kind of council, and whenever the 7 seals are broken, the horsemen are summoned, and they come to Earth to clean the mess up, basically. There we go. Oh, this is heavy. And in the very first Darksiders, the character War ends up on Earth because he feels like he was summoned, but the 7 seals were not broken, so they think he acted upon himself, and he gets punished for it, and that starts the whole storyline of the 3 games, basically. There we go. Now to see how she is put on here. Oh, that seems awesome. Let me see here. Battling the forces of darkness in high heels, apparently. This should fit on here somehow. Oh yes, there we go. And the whip she holds how? I'm not really sure on how to get that in her hand yet. There's no like
Vicky Davis. Vicky Davis says hello to you all.
Hello, Vicky. And this is the character. I'm assuming she's holding it like, I don't know, like this probably. Or does she hold it in this hand? No, here, this one. So, again, very detailed character. I'm going to put this next to her now. I put up a very long cable on my webcam so I can show you all this. So these are the statues.
I see Captain Jerk and E-Waste Mike just entered the chat.
Oh, hello, Captain Jerk and E-Waste Mike. I am unboxing my video game, which has been here for about a year. Close to a year, maybe even. There we go. I'm glad you could hop in, E-Waste Mike. I was assuming you would go and have a rest when you got home.
Captain Jerk, you got it right. It's Brad. And Maniac Friday came in and says, Ralph is live. Ralph is live. I'm having a heart attack.
You're near the end of the live even, Maniac. Yeah. So that was the Darksiders 3 Apocalypse Edition unboxing, basically. So yeah.
Mike says, I'm doing okay, just super sore.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can't really imagine, but I can imagine that it's very annoying. So yeah, I'm gonna have to try to find a place somewhere in my display cases to put these. This is a one that has Final Fantasy stuff in it. This one here has all kinds of movie weapons and memorabilia, and then there's all this stuff. This one has a mirror in it. Hello. Got Legend of Zelda, the Lost Guardian Collector's Edition. Got a Los Santos cap in there. That's the Collector's Edition from GTA 5. Up here is the lion here. It's from World of Warcraft. It's probably quite difficult to see here.
Eways Mike says, "Are we getting paid to be here?"
Yeah, and the one in the middle is from the Diablo Collector's Edition, and then there is some StarCraft Collector's Editions down here, and I got the World of Warcraft and Diablo Collector's Editions down there, and that's quite a lot. So I don't really have any space to put these statues yet, but once I do, I will try to get some nice shots of those. So yeah, finally unboxed the thing. That was about it. I'm gonna move back to my desk if I can get there.
Hey there, maniac.
There we go. There's the other stuff on the wall here. Many people seen this before. Yes, back to the old spot.
Eways Mike says, "Awesome collection, my friend."
Yes, it's an insane collection even, because it cost me I don't know how much. But then again, hobbies are allowed to cost a bit of money, they say. Yeah, that was about it. I can maybe open up the panel if people want to join in. Oh, there we have some pancakes.
Yeah, I figured I could just turn the camera off if I was only going to be in the background. So.
Yeah, true. Let's see, reading the comments here. There, now I can turn my phone off, because now I can read the comments here. Let's move some stuff around there so I can see where I am pointing and get the chat next to there. Right. Anyone up for I don't know, some chit chat on panel, or are other people having plans on going live anytime soon? You are allowed to say this now, because otherwise I'll end it. Oh, Captain Jerk is in the basement.
Well, I know a nomadic friend of ours that's
Captain Jerk is there. Good day, sir.
Oh, good day. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Fantastic.
You've seen most of it, or?
I've seen parts of it,
Yeah.
like the tail end, because I was doing other stuff while you were live, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna miss most of this, aren't I? Yeah.
I'm going to try to edit it and edit all the fluff out and turn it into a slightly more organized unboxing video.
Yeah, that's fine. No problem.
I think he said hello, Prev.
Hello.
Hello, Prev. How you doing?
Creepy clown.
I don't think I've ever sat on a panel with you before, so
Oh,
nice to meet you.
Not with
Yeah,
Prev, I think.
nice to meet
I've
you
been
too.
on panels with you before.
Yes.
Prev was actually, I think, one of the first people I was on panel with.
You were the first. Like, well, you are not the first on my channel, but it was the first time that you showed your face on YouTube. Was on my channel, one of my live
I
streams.
think that, yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Maniac wants the link. Oh, all right. I can put that there. I think this is the link. There we go. Yeah, you could always scroll back up. Maniac. Well, it doesn't show all the chat, I think. Yeah.
Maybe not, but you can always try.
In there. Link is in there now.
That's how I usually find it.
Trying to get the chance.
You need soldiers to snipe the trolls. That is true. I need to figure out. Hello, Maniac. I need to figure out how to make some people mods. How do I do this?
The three dots right next to their name, and it'll have a thing on the bottom that says "Add Moderator."
Ah, there you go. Add moderator. Hard Life is now a moderator.
If you look at the comments on your videos, you can also
comments here.
Like when you're in your dashboard and you look at in the comments section of dashboard, there'll also be those same kind of dots, and you can do it from there too.
Okay.
You can approve comments on this video, like approve users' comments on your videos, and you could also mod them right there as well. So
thank you for putting that out there, because we had a situation yesterday where I wanted to make somebody a mod and I didn't know how to do it until I was doing a live stream. So
you could do it from there. You could do it from there, and you could do it from your community box as well. If you go into settings, like if you go into the community settings, right? Hang on, let me refresh myself. You go to your studio, and the studio should bring you to.
Yeah, and then you got one list with banned people, and another list where you can add links from people's channels that you want as a moderator, right? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, you could actually enter their URL manually as well. There's a place where all your blocked ones are, where all your blocked users, like if you block people, they'll show up in a certain part, and like right above that will be a part where you can put all of your moderators. You know, you could add them manually with their URL to that section. So I don't know if you could do that in Studio Beta, because I'm looking at it now, and it's just not being fair to me. So,
And Ralph, sorry about this afternoon. I kicked myself off instead of ending broadcast.
I was alone all of a sudden. I'm like, I'm alone.
Because I wanted to talk to you for a few minutes, afterwards, but I kicked myself out, and by the time I got back in there.
Oh, no problem.
It's happened to me before.
So I think I got just about everyone. Oh, Bubblefish just joined in. You missed the unboxing, dude. Sorry.
I'm good, Go Fish. So, I figured I could come up for a little bit. I have a prior commitment at 7 o'clock. And I didn't know you was on live because I missed Gil Skills' lunchtime shenanigans. So I was that's kind of cool that it's only a half an hour stream, because if you do miss it, you can go in and rewatch it, and that's what I was doing. I was rewatching his new stream. So
I do that too sometimes, because I tend to miss, especially in the weekends when I'm over in the shed working on stuff.
Oh, hey, Maniac. Sorry I didn't say hi. I've never sat on panel with you before, I don't think. So,
I don't think so either.
Nice to meet you.
You too. You too.
Captain Jerk is also a very crafty guy. He's very creative with making all kinds of things, especially like custom Zippos and stuff.
Yeah, I do a little.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff you made. There's some good stuff in there.
A little.
Yeah.
My skills would have improved greatly over these last years if I had a workshop, but unfortunately, I'm still in the process of trying to move out of this hellhole. I do wire wrapped right now. I do wire wrap Zippo. I attach coins and other things to the front of, well, to different places on the Zippo. I decorate them that way as well. I can do custom modifications, and I can do custom builds from the ground up. From like, if you want a lighter made a certain way, I can make it. It's going to cost. It's going to be pricey, but I can do it. So, yeah, I do a lot of stuff with lighters. I do a lot of stuff with chainmail now. Apparently, I didn't think
Chainmail, wow.
I didn't think I was going to, but I started doing it, and I realized that no matter how time consuming it is decently easy work. If you don't know the techniques already, you have to kind of figure them out yourself, and you kind of have to like test your stuff for like how motile is it, how could people move around in it and stuff. But it's easy to figure it out. You just have to remember the techniques. You might want to take pictures and write stuff down to remember how you did it, because I made a couple of what I could call fingers. They were wonderful for the fingers of like a chainmail glove, and I did the first one and I forgot how I did it, so it took me a long time to figure out how to duplicate the effect.
Why can I not find your channel, Captain Jerk?
What? Oh, I'll type.
Find your channel.
Sorry, I'll type.
Oh, yeah, that would be easier.
Tell me, hey, doofus, type something in the chat. Just say that next time. It's good.
Check out your channel here.
Bob Elvis, how you doing? Hot Miss Missy, how you doing tonight?
Missy. Yeah, I had to jump up here. Ralph's first live stream, I just had to come up.
Well, not really the first. I had my first one when I hit 1K, but that was basically just testing, hanging out, and playing a bit of Minecraft. Testing for like 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Okay.
And I really wanted to get this unboxing done of this thing because it's been sitting there for, I don't know, somewhere between 8 and 10 months. Don't really remember.
Well, and also you've had this guy hounding you saying, Ralph, if you spend as much time on your own channel as you do everybody else's, you'd be monetized a year ago.
Probably. Yeah.
Hey, Bob Elvis, I'll tell you what. If you come to my channel, I promise I won't make you a mod.
I actually know Bubble Viz.
Yeah, why did you make him a mod?
Why didn't I? Just did. I am going through the list while trying to. This is new for me.
I'm not a mod either.
Okay. It's okay.
I don't care. You don't have to make me a mod. It's fine.
No.
I'm on the panel. I don't have to be a mod.
No. The people I hang out with a lot are now mods because I know I can trust them. And here's someone else I'm going to add.
Hunting and stuff with J&J.
There we go.
J&J, how you doing?
Hello, JJ.
How you doing, Captain Jack? Hey, Ralph.
I'm okay.
Rev, Maniac.
Sir?
I'm not even subscribed to Bob Elvis yet.
You kissed my face.
Now I am. So there you go.
So I got 2 people up on panel here now that were there this afternoon. Think it went okay?
Except for the fact that I was late, but other than that, yeah, went fine.
We had as many people in that one as we do in the other one.
Yeah.
So
I just think maybe you should rename it to like the EU version instead of just the UK version.
If you decide to take it over, you can do whatever the hell you want with it.
Oh, yeah. I'm not so sure about that, but
I know, but I'm just saying I'll work on you, and I can still do it. It's just between the morning chats and the regular one and work, I got a bunch on my plate. But hey, it's in the middle of the day, so why not?
Both is said flexing my range.
yeah.
Go Fish, how you doing?
So we just need to get
Here to
more. We got to get more Europeans in, not up there on the stage. I think, but today worked out great. It was Australia and 2 people from London, so that worked out good.
Yeah, you actually had people up from the other side, so that's a good thing. That was the main point of it, I guess.
Exactly, yeah, and that, and to draw in some viewers from over there.
Well, let's be honest. 3 a.m. is a little bit late for me personally.
It is exactly, and I understood that, and that is part of the reason why I went ahead and added this into it. Hey, Prev would be a good one. He was there. He was there in the making of the whole thing too.
Yeah, we were on a panel when it's actually
when we came up with it.
Became an idea.
Yeah. Captain Jerk may not know what we are talking about. There's a program or a concept that we kind of thought of. Maniac kind of got the idea, and we all got together and thought, let's make a kind of like a channel promotion thing, but that's not like the whole let's go, let's grow, let's get the numbers up thing, but actually turn it into interviews with the people who are behind the channel. So you might know someone's channel, but you might not really know the person behind the channel. And to learn what someone is about, they do interviews and they show the channel and show some videos and stuff. And that basically became the name of the show, Behind the Channels.
Yes, I've seen similar things going on, but usually that was to bolster the popularity of the one channel.
Yeah.
If you guys are doing it as a group, fantastic. Because then it becomes, I believe it would be more about community than it would be about, yes, I'm a fancy pants YouTuber and I'm going to interview you to make me more popular.
Yeah, well, no, that's not what it's about.
We got it going on my channel, but that's also part of the reason why, I come up with this whole doing a European version.
Yeah.
And trying to get Ralph to say, well, I'll do the one over here in America. You go ahead and do the European version, and because he's in Europe, so it only makes sense. But if he don't want to, Prev may want to, or
it could be a rotating thing, kind of like the coffee chat idea you had.
Well, it ain't like I had it, but I just started naming it coffee chat, and then I started getting the same people in there, and then I couldn't do it every day. So now hunting and stuff with J&J, if I'm not doing it, he does a coffee chat, and if he's not doing it, then Mess Hall does a coffee chat. And
everybody knows each other, so it doesn't really matter in whose chat you are.
Yeah.
So we do that. It's a whole community-based thing, because I'm not in it for me. I'm not going to make any money off this. So it ain't like it's going to become the whole life, so why not share out there with my friends?
So, if I didn't say it before, hi, Go Fish.
Yeah, you already did, but yeah.
And Hard Life Survivor.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, Go Fish is leaving. Bye, Go Fish.
Oh, my Go Fish.
Ralph is probably a no self-promoting channel, so I got to sit up here and do this.
Well,
Yeah, take care, Go Fish.
Oh, nice Ralph shirt.
That's not my shirt, but
no,
that's the Maniac Variety shirt.
Yeah, exactly. No self-promoting on channels. When you're up on somebody else's panel. I'm not.
I said nice Ralph shirt.
I don't mind.
I know you, but it's the same thing I do.
Ooh, echo. What's that sound? Someone has got a loose connection.
I do the same thing on JJ. I look on a JJ and there's this big word streaming across it that says live Wednesday nights at 9 p.m.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, behind the channels.
The sound was not me, Ralph.
No, I don't know who it was. I think it's Captain Jerky. He's got his mic muted now. See, yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
And this green screen right here is going away.
Really? You're getting rid of it? Not working?
Yeah, well, it's not working the greatest, and I think a lot of it might be the dull green color because it's more of a teal than a green. So my wife was just at Walmart and picked up some darker green color that hopefully
Some
will
proper
work.
green.
Yeah, hopefully she picked up the right color green.
Okay.
And then
Well, I think you would want it to be like fluorescent green, like lime greener.
yeah, because I know that this green works, but also if I'm messing around with the green screen and I cover myself up with this, I disappear. So I'm not sure what she got for a color. We shall find out whenever she decides.
I think the contrast in the colors is too low. Like there isn't enough of a difference between.
Yeah,
the
it looks
color
like gray, kind of.
well, greenish gray, yeah.
Well,
Greenish gray, yeah.
It's
Olive drab.
When I get it in a little bit closer, it's a teal.
Yeah.
But it was what I had, and it seemed to work a little bit.
Yeah.
So
I got this in the mail some time ago.
ooh.
That's Captain Jerk's stickers.
I'm glad I called her and she told me she picked up the fabric though, because I was just about to hit the order button on a 8-foot by 12-foot actual green screen material from Amazon.
Oh.
Well, you get the 3-pack.
Yeah, you sent me all 3 of them.
That's awesome.
And now I don't really know which one to put up. I'll probably just do the main thing because this is the one you use most, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this one up, and I'll save the other 2.
All 3 are acceptable. You know, everybody that knows me will know. That, oh, Captain Jake. Yeah, I'm the only dude that's that popular on YouTube that's named Captain Jake. There's other ones, but all others are false jerks.
Yes, they are not the real one.
They are not jerky enough.
Apparently.
Hunting and stuff with J&J makes good jerky. I hear.
Yeah.
You'll find out one day.
I got Mess Hall's one a couple of days ago.
Calvin's Corner 72 also makes outstanding jerky. You guys don't know him, but just he makes really good jerky.
What was it? JJ and Mess Hall, wasn't it, that you was against?
Yeah.
JJ and Mess Hall had a little contest and they sent it to MBA to have an impartial judge, and JJ won.
What? About what? About the jerky?
Yeah.
Okay.
He put on a real professional show there when he was judging it.
Okay. I missed that part.
I would love a cigarette right now.
Oh, sorry. Are you trying to quit?
I already did like over a year ago. It's just like once in a while I'm like, oh, that looks nice.
Here's something interesting to you, Ralph, and I know Monica's in the audience, so I had to go to the doctors today to get my note for the overtime thing, but I also talked to them, and yes, they have now re-prescribed me the Shantex now that I have realized that I've only taken half of what I was supposed to be taking.
Yeah.
So hopefully that when I go pick it up, that'll help kick it in so I can get on that road to not smoking again.
Okay, cool.
Very nice.
And maybe you can try that trick of starting 1 hour later every day, or every couple of days.
Yeah, I still plan on doing that, but the best way that worked is I got to get on the Shantex the right way, just get on the Shantex for a week, and then start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was curious as to why it wasn't having any effect on me when it did last time, and it's like, oh, you idiot, because you're only taking it once a day, and you're supposed to be taking it twice.
No,
Okay.
I quit cold turkey.
I did that too, because I had a heart attack and was in the hospital for 10 days.
Kind of like going to jail.
That's an awesome idea, Hot Mess Missy.
I think I would have rather done yours than the way I did mine.
I didn't. I'm not saying I went to jail to quit.
Oh,
No. But no, I had a tooth out, and they told me I was going to get that there was a risk of getting dry socket if I was smoking because of the suckling, any kind of suckling. So cigarettes, straws,
Oh,
even
what's
spitting.
that? Right.
It's all a form of you're using the same mouth motion to make suckles. So they told me about how unpleasant it was to get a dry socket. And I'm like, wow, that really sounds nasty. I don't want to quit smoking for 3 days, so I just quit forever. I said, forget it. It had become annoying anyway. You know, like I hand roll
I'm too late.
cigarettes anyway, to roll your owns with just a piece of paper and tobacco, and then there you go. And then freaking kiss that until it's freaking dust. And well, you know, you get blowouts, you get holes, you get rips, you get tears, you get shake everywhere. It just sucks. So I was just like, it got annoying. So I was like, forget it.
And JJ, just a bit of information because I did talk to the doctor today about, maybe trying vaping instead of smoking.
Yeah.
And they said that, where there's not, it really hasn't been around enough to do the studies, but the studies that they are doing are now starting to show that actually vaping is worse for your lungs than smoking a cigarette.
They said
Yes.
one of the effects of a certain type of vape will give you like popcorn lung. And that's
Okay.
really disgusting. So I was like, I'm glad I didn't vape.
But it's not substantiated because they still need, several more years of testing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the way that it's looking right now, it could end up that they really do not recommend that anybody ever vape.
And then there's a lot of places that are going to go out of business.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the way it's looking. But again, several more years of testing are needed in order for them to do that. But that's the way it seems to be leaning.
I tried it, and I just couldn't. I had one of those ones where you have to haul on a thing real hard, like straight lunging it, like dragon face the thing, and then it was one of those foggers. And I'm like, I tried a bunch of times, and I'm like, no, I can't.
Don't fry your lungs.
It made me cough every time. I'm like, oh my gosh.
And for those that know what else is going on with me, I wimped out and I'm going into work at 2:00 in the morning. Simply because the overnight guy, he gave them like no notice. He just called them and said, I quit. I'm not coming back. And so they literally couldn't find anybody else. The guy that there's now is at 2 a.m. is going to be at his 16-hour limit. And I'm like, I wanted to say no, but I'm not that much of an ass. So
I miss my beard, JJ. I miss my beard.
you can have mine.
Listen, when I first saw you when you shaved off, I'm like, who is that? That's not Captain Jerk.
Yeah. Well, you do look better like this, actually.
I don't look like a homeless guy anymore.
Oh, that's true. You don't look like Ewa's Mike anymore.
My beard was really ratty and really gross looking, so I'm like, yeah. And it's like, I when I was shaving it off, I like found like burnt things like over on the side that I hadn't noticed before. I'm like, oh my, that was in there, and I never knew. Oh, so yeah, I'm just starting over.
A brass beard fork. Right. Yeah.
Hey man, whatever gets the knots out.
That will be cool. A golden fork.
If it takes a dingle hopper to get the freaking knots out of your beard, go for it.
If I if I said no, Missy, none of those higher ups would have gone into work that have made that poor bastard that's working there right now stay there. So, because that's the way they are. I've done it. I've pulled an actual 26-hour shift before because I couldn't get anybody.
Wait.
Which is illegal.
What are you doing now?
I work with mentally handicapped adults.
A 26-hour shift with mentally handicapped adults.
Yep.
Wow.
In their defense, they did say, it's in the middle of the night. Go ahead and go to sleep, for a little bit if you need to. And they did do that to me, but
you are a freaking spectacular human being. If you can freaking do that, dude, you got my respect.
It's
That is tough stuff to begin with. To care for other human beings is tough, but handicapped human beings of any sort, whether it be mentally, physically, or both, that's tough stuff. That requires a special type of personality, and
and I work in a house where they tend to be combative sometimes.
Yeah, that's a different set of balls altogether, right there, man. So, thumbs up, bro.
I like it. Well, if you're interested in it, Eileen Vayu is actually interviewing me tonight on her channel because her channel is about mental illnesses and stuff like that, and she's actually doing an interview with me at 7:00 about my work and stuff like that.
Huh.
So if Ralph is no longer on,
I will cut it off at some point. I just thought we'd hang for a bit.
Yep, Eileen's gonna have a show tonight where she's interviewing me. So.
And when is that?
7 p.m. So like a half an hour from now.
Yeah, I was gonna say that'll be one over here. So I'll go for 15 more minutes, whatever. I'm probably gonna cut the last chatty bit off of the video anyway, and just have only the unboxing. So.
Or split it in two, like the behind the channels.
Yeah.
And then you get 2 videos.
Yeah, true. I don't want to clutter my high quality content with just hanging around on panels. Even though it's a lot of fun, and that's why I'm there all the time. But yeah, I want to try to keep my channel to go in a certain direction.
Yeah,
to keep some stuff.
I had to rush home today to do the show, but I passed by 2 lawn sales, and both of them I was like, "Oh, I want to stop and see if they got any pans," so I could melt.
Yep.
Because I don't need my wife to kill me. What I was thinking about doing is going to buy me one of those Miffin mummy tins, those mini muffin tins or trays, but the little mini muffins, and there's like 24 of them in it.
24 of these, yeah.
Yeah, and then do them. No, actually, my wife has one that's even smaller than that.
Smaller even.
Those muffins are probably only about this big around.
Oh, they were tiny then.
And filling those up, because then it's just like a whole bunch of smaller ones, just to play with it. But then if I ever decided to do something else, I'd have a whole bunch of little small balls to throw in and melt.
Yeah. Well, these melt in like a couple of minutes.
Those aren't muffins. Those are decorations for other cakes.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I don't melt metal yet.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm aware. I can't melt metal here.
Thank you, Missy.
You don't have a proper workspace for that.
No.
I actually don't. I don't have a proper workspace either. I go to my mom's place every time, which is 2 streets down. It's like a 10-minute walk if I walk slowly. And along the way, I collect all the cans everywhere. So every time I come there, I have like a whole bunch of aluminium to melt.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have a non-melter in the panel. Yeah, and today I was actually there fixing all the lights. I got some big LED strips placed there, and now there's going to be 3 25-watt LED strips instead of 5 60-watt light bulbs that give off about a tenth of the light. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot better lighted, better lit videos from now on, hopefully.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I kind of need some lights in my apartment. That right there is a ceiling fan.
Yeah, with a lamp in it.
Usually has a globe, like like a glass thing there, and there's
Yeah.
2 lights inside of it. But
Yeah.
hang on, let me show you this light too. This is really weird.
There's a question for you from Monica in the chat there, Elf.
This is what our bulbs in America usually look like now. The fluorescent.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have those too. Yeah.
Do you have these?
Yeah.
These contacts here?
Mm-hmm.
We don't.
Oh, they are usually closer together for us, I think.
Okay, this is the only time I've ever seen this rig. Yes, I know it's just like a, but that's the only time I've ever seen this one. And my landlord has told me that he cannot find these anywhere.
You have to special order, and we have a one light in the ceiling of the house at work that takes that bulb, and they found out to special order them, so they just had maintenance come in and replace it. But you can order them.
Yeah, I'm inclined to get rid of that that entire rig right there,
Mm-hmm.
and just go with a different setup, because that thing's a piece of junk anyway. So dude,
Time for something new with
yeah,
LED lights in it. Yeah.
like ceiling fans are cheap enough where I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna splurge and just freaking like have the landlord take it off my rent. Just like, hey, let's electrocute myself for an afternoon. Power off.
Make sure it's off first when you work on it. Yeah. By the way, Monica, I have many collector's edition packages of video games. I can't really say that I have a certain favorite, although this is the biggest and most expensive one that I've gotten so far. So I'm guessing this is my favorite, but I still need to find a good place to set them all up in like one of the display cases. So yeah.
Very cool.
It's a very cool set. Yeah, I didn't expect the quality of those statues, and the fact that some pieces are separate, that I can make castings of them. Oh, and the little necklace that was in there, or the pendant.
Yeah, and by the way, Captain Jerk, there is a metal that you can melt in your bare hands. It's called gallium.
Yes.
I'm aware, and I can melt tin all day up here, and
soldering iron.
There's not really a lot of freaking it's not really very messy either. I could do that. Yeah, solder. I could do that all day, but I'm just saying, like, to do anything that's like any kind of meaningful metal that people are gonna want in their collection, like
no,
like
silver. Silver. That's awesome.
I have a lot. I have not a lot. I have enough silver around here.
Wonder what this is made of. I don't know. It is lacquered with something.
Like gold, maniac.
Yeah, it was.
With teasing.
I'm proud of that ring right there. Everybody else knows the story, but I paid. That's 18 karat gold with a half a carat of diamonds. It's my wedding ring.
Yeah.
I bought that used on eBay for $380.
Wow.
I took it to the jewelry store to get it resized, and they gave me a price of about $4,000 for it. So I made out like a freaking bandit.
Wow. Ralph, I like that piece that you were holding up. Is that a medallion?
That's a medallion that actually came with the collector's edition. This has the symbol of the horseman on it. It's a horse's skull.
Is that pewter or silver?
I have no idea. It's probably not silver. It's not magnetic. I'm not going to try to heat it up and see if it melts, because that would be very wasteful. I'm guessing it's probably it's not that heavy. I do have some pewter over here. It's probably some form of an alloy. could be Zamak. That's aluminum and zinc.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure. But I am going to try to, because this has very deep profiles in it, I'm going to try to get a casting of this and see if I can make a couple of different ones. Maybe even a golden one.
We call the alloy of aluminum and zinc pot metal.
That's they call it Zamak in some cases.
Any metal that doesn't have an identifiable alloy or composition, I call pot metal anyway.
Yeah, sometimes they call it bismuth as well. If there's a whole of a lot of different metals in there.
Bismuth is its own.
Bismuth is an element.
Metal. It's an element.
It's like the non-poisonous version of lead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was an alloy.
It's got a low melting temperature. It's super, super soft, and it makes gorgeous crystals.
You know it's not an alloy when it's on the periodic table of elements.
Oh, I thought it was an alloy. I don't remember it.
And you can
seeing it on.
And you can actually get bismuth out of Pepto-Bismol.
Yes.
I've actually watched videos on how to do it. Yep.
I did not know this.
Interesting stuff. I have bismuth crystals over here on my shelf. They're located.
Those are the square ones, right?
Yeah, they formed like these square lattice like step lattices. They're weird. They're really cool, and they're rainbow colored too. So
yeah, rainbow colored. Yeah, like oily.
Gorgeous crystals.
Yeah.
I love bismuth. This is awesome stuff.
Yeah,
It's
I
interesting.
really want to do this as well. This fine.
Something that heavy and that soft would form a crystal in that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
You can also make what was it? If you use gallium on aluminium, you can have it corrode the aluminium away. And if you add some kind of what was it? It kind of like grows like a tree. It's really weird to see.
Mercury on
mercury on aluminium. I think it was.
It's nasty. It forms this like fluffy, curly, weird stuff that looks like some kind of infection.
Yeah.
It's so weird, dude. It's nasty. It looks like a kid's refrigerator experiment.
What you do today, JJ?
You're pretty much looking at it. I didn't really do much.
What you got there, Ralph? It's a blade of some sort.
Oh, this is the sword of one of the characters that came, one of the statues that came out. This is from the first Darksiders game where you play with War. This is the sword called Chaos Eater.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, and this is a small version of it, and I'm very glad this is actually detachable from the thing, so I can try to make a mold of this and actually cast it myself.
Yes.
Because I did the same with a Mjolnir hammer. Where is it? This one I got from a friend.
Yeah.
And I cast it out of zinc. There we go.
Yeah. If you do the Chaos Eater in silver, I might have a couple of people that would want to get something like that.
Well, if you get me the silver, then I can make it silver.
Silver,
Send me over some ingots.
Silver's not sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to chew on my tongue for a little bit. Silver's not as expensive as everybody thinks it is.
It isn't that expensive.
It can be. Right now, it's at about $19 an ounce, give or take. So
I can tell you up to within the last 5 minutes of what silver's at.
Oh yeah, I'm aware. But I'm saying, like, lately it's been trending at like $19, and that's a little that's a bit of a kick in the stones. But if you want it,
depends on how much you need.
If you're gonna get more than you freaking paid for the silver anyway, like if you're making a piece of jewelry, I mean, it doesn't really matter. You need the silver, you get the silver. You're making let's say you're making a necklace and you make your own sterling silver. You get your
Don't mention that. Oh, sorry.
You make your own alloy, and then you take the freaking ingot and you freaking smash it down, and then you freaking start pulling it through the dies to make your wire. You cut your wire, you solder your freaking links, and there you go. You have your necklace.
Yep.
But you're going to be charging a pretty penny for a freaking custom necklace anyway. So it really doesn't matter. The price of the silver is negligible. Whatever you're paying for spot, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. You make a profit, and at some point you have silver left to make something for yourself. So yeah, this is the tiny one. This is the big one.
Oh, that's not going to get cast in silver by anybody I know. Jeez,
No,
man.
I'm guessing you like silver, Captain Jerk.
That's cool. I do actually.
silver is actually very cool to carve with. It flows like water.
Silver. I wear silver every day, all the time. That's a ring that my friend John made for me. I gave him 2 ounces of silver and a couple of pennies to make sterling silver.
There's that name again.
Sterling silver.
Sorry.
He's on vacation. Leave him be. Leave him out of it.
Anyway,
So
this I made myself out of a coin. This was a U.S. $50.
Wait, I can present you. I think. How do I do that stuff?
Oh,
How
what are you
do I
doing?
do that? Solo layout. There you go. There. Yeah.
This was a Walking Liberty silver $50 from the 40s.
Yeah. I've seen many coins to rings. That's interesting.
I've smashed this out, and then I hollowed out the middle and polished it up, and that's my ring. This
Okay.
one was also a coin ring.
Oh.
This is also a coin ring I made out of a silver eagle. But Maniac is anxious to show us something.
I was showing you. I've got a little bit of silver here.
Just a little.
I got a little over a pound.
Wow.
I don't have anywhere near. I don't have a pound, but I do have a bunch of Morgans, 1921 Morgans here. Just the regular Morgans, Morgan silver dollars.
Those are 90% silver.
Yeah. So these are all right. My friend
Would you
gave me these.
really want to make a ring out of it?
Yeah, I've made many rings out of Morgan silver dollars and peace dollars, American peace dollars, American silver eagles, Canadian maple leafs, and I believe I used an Austrian Philharmonic. So, yeah. Yep, I've used a bunch of different types of silver, coins, bullion, whatever, to make coin rings, and they all come out very nice. Oh, I even used a Canadian silver dollar from the 60s to make a coin ring for my friend Starpus.
Okay.
So he lives in Canada. He's Canadian. And their coins from the 60s, their silver coins from the 60s, are 80% silver.
Oh, they're even less then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But they're very nice. They're very nice silver to work with. I didn't have a problem working with those silver coins. They're extremely pleasurable to work with. The metal flows very nicely once you start tapping it with a hammer. So
yeah, indeed it does. Oh, Maniac just hopped off.
What do you got for us, Ralph? I know you're gonna.
Well, I wanted to show him something. We were talking about video games earlier, and I thought I'd show him this and wonder if he'd recognize it. But I'm not gonna show you because you're gonna spoil it, maybe. I don't know. Pleasurable to work with. Yes, Monica, some metals are more pleasurable to work with than others. I really like working with aluminium and the lower melting point metals because it's a lot easier. Brass is very messy because of all the zinc fumes that come out. But if you're melting zinc just by itself with a very low melting point, it's not that big of a deal. And lead and tin and pewter melt when you basically hold a torch up to them just within seconds. It's a lot of fun. There he is. So, Maniac, maybe you recognize this. I have a pendant from a video game series. Not sure if you're going to be recognizing this, but yeah.
Why would I recognize that? It kind of looks like the little fox dude.
It's actually just a symbol, something. This is the pendant that Titus wears in Final Fantasy X.
Oh yeah, see, I would. Now that you mentioned it, I can picture it, but I never would have made the.
No, yeah, it's not really that recognizable because it's a random shape. But I got this when the game was, the hype, so everybody recognized it when I wore it.
I was gonna say, isn't that what Prince changed his name to?
the weird symbol, yeah. But yeah, now I'm gonna be wearing this thing. Wait, that's not gonna be going over my.
Who's helloing?
That's
JJ.
JJ's phone has a weird
Oh, that's my
notification sound.
That's that little
Going,
girl
hello?
that got up in the
Hello?
tree beside him.
Okay.
At first, I thought it was a cat.
They're scared when they hear that.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to present myself when showing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm somewhat new to this live stuff, not being the guest,
Show and tell.
Yeah, show and tell.
Yeah.
When I'm doing show and tell, when I'm in someone else's stream, they usually present me, so I'm so used to that automatically happening. So yeah.
Well, I can do it for you. So.
The live stream is a little bit getting used to.
Yeah, that's right.
There's some paint spillage here. Someone wasn't careful making this.
Mama Q made it. Howdy, Mama Q.
Oh, hello.
The hurricane is here.
First time to a Ralph stream. Yeah, and you missed most of it.
The hurricane is here.
The hurricane?
Where is here?
Connecticut.
Oh, it's supposed to just hit. I know that tomorrow we're
I
supposed
thought you were referring to Mama Q.
Ah!
I know tomorrow we're supposed to get the edge of it as it hits Nova Scotia. Of course, I'm up here in Maine, so
Hey, Mama Q, how you doing?
Nova Scotia, we're supposed to get the outskirts of it.
Yeah, we're not going to get like supposedly we're not getting the full brunt. It's going like this up the coast, doing, 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 doing. It's like bouncing supposedly, but I don't know how much. I don't know. But yeah, it's raining like the Dickens here.
Oh yeah.
How strong are winds?
I don't know. I'm still inside.
Yeah, we're supposed to get heavy winds and some hard rain tomorrow, but nothing destructive.
We had a tornado pass by yesterday.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be very difficult.
It didn't touch down anywhere. It just went like through the sky,
Teeny.
It just dumped a lot of rain on us. It rattled the shingles on the roof, but it didn't do any damage around here. So, not that I know of. It did damage in other parts of the state. The winds got real bad, and I don't know if there was any flooding or anything because I try not to. I try not to pay attention to local occurrences, but
We had a thing go through the state of Maine here a few years ago. It wasn't a tornado. I'm trying to remember what they called it. It was
cloudburst,
no, it was a wind.
a vortex.
It was something, but it wasn't a tornado. But it cleared a path over 50 feet wide for over 20 miles.
That's
awesome.
Loaded and thrown, but I can't.
Sounds like a twister to me.
It does, but people seen it happen, and there was no twister involved. And there's something that they call it. It's just where you get this big thing of wind that just comes down and just like plows. And
oh, that must be when I was practicing my Kamehamehas.
But
Amen.
the only other thing I remember is when I was a kid, we had a tornado go through Waterville, went right up Kennedy Memorial Drive and ripped up some roofs and stuff. And back about 20 years ago, we had a Category 3 hit the coast hurricane. So
We've been getting tornadoes every year in Connecticut for several years straight now.
but we're lucky we're in the northern Atlantic. So by the time they get up here into New England, they've hit that cold water and it calms them down. So we ain't like Florida and the Bahamas, where they get a Category 4 or Category 5. It's very seldom does a high destructive hurricane hit the Northeast.
Gloria was one that Connecticut feared greatly, like real bad. Everybody was freaking out, and it knocked down a bunch of trees. Like one person died in Connecticut or something like that, maybe a few, but I think mostly because of the power outage. Like a couple of medical machines that needed to stay running did not. And I think one person died because they went out and tried to clear some power lines and got electrocuted.
Oh,
Other than that, I mean, there wasn't a lot of death toll from Gloria, but there was a lot of destruction, a lot of damage. It knocked down a bunch of trees, it knocked down a lot of branches, and people crashed their cars because of flooding and bad roads and stuff. A lot of washouts. But other than that, there wasn't a lot of loss of life or anything. So we were fortunate. We were fortunate for the intensity of the storm and the amount of damage that it caused. It could have been worse. For some of the other ones that we've weathered over the years, largely the death toll is from either foolishness or ignorance. Just like, don't do that.
yeah. Usually there is. There's always one or two people who are gonna go out in the tsunami. Oh, I'm gonna ride the wave, and those are the people that die.
I would probably be
Brave. No, just like really stupid mistakes that people make. Not to dishonor the dead or anything, but if you hadn't done that, you would have lived.
Yeah.
I went to go and mess around with his barn, and he got pinned, and he was crushed because he was messing around with stuff, and he tried to clear the debris and fix the damage himself. I think he was actually just trying to make an assessment of what was damaged, and I think he tried to get by one part, and something slid, and it freaking busted him up real bad.
All right, Rob, I'm gonna head on over here and get ready for my interview.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Monica has a good point, by the way, with a comment. Bubblefish, my last nosebleed was a couple of hours ago when I was on the toilet. That happens now and again. It isn't from World of Warcraft, Mama Q. It's from the Darksiders video game series. This sword is actually from Darksiders 1.
Bye, folks. I'm headed out.
Bye, Maniac. See you later.
Nice to see you, buddy.
You too.
And the box came with all kinds of goodies. Also, it has a pendant with the Horseman logo, basically. Come on, focus on the dang thing. Let me present myself. That'll work. There we go. There. So this has the skull of a horse and some symbols on there, which I will be making a casting of in a future casting video, because this does have a decent profile on it, so this will make for some nice castings, and I can probably make a lot more of these things. They will maybe not look as good as this, but I can always try, of course. So tell me why I'm waving. Oh. Yeah, and the sword probably as well, but this is going to be slightly more difficult, because some of these teeth here, there's like space under there, and you can't really make a mold in sand of this thing and then take this thing out safely without having a bit of breakage in the sand. But for the most part, this will probably work. So I'm going to try to cast a few versions of this as well, and I can probably make like a golden version of this if I use brass. So that's one reason why I like these collector's edition items that come with all kinds of goodies, so I can make more stuff, like I kind of did with that Thor's hammer thingy that I made.
Oh yeah.
That thought will be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna try at least, and that will probably get some views because the game series is somewhat popular, and if I can get it to come out nice enough, I might be able to make a couple and do some giveaways. I know you're not allowed to like sell them and profit from them, but for giveaways doesn't really matter, you know.
Well, you're giving them away, so
Well,
no.
I tell you this: if you remanufacture something that's from somebody else, and you don't tell anybody where you got it from, you sell it. It's a little
Yeah,
unethical, but when you're trying to make some money on a lower level and you're not like mass producing,
yeah, that doesn't really matter.
yeah. I mean, if you're trying to make some, if you're trying to make some freaking like some ends meet, you're trying to fly under the radar. I don't think many people are going to squawk at you. But if you're trying to freaking make a mint or freaking buy a house, no bueno.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
And it's not like I'm going to be making millions of them.
Yeah, if you're trying to freaking make a living off of stuff like stealing other people's stuff, that's kind of grimy. But
yeah.
And
it's just because I'm a fan, and this is actually a very nice size. Because it will probably, even if I sharpen the thing when I get something made of metal, it will probably even work as a leather opener.
Yeah. Like, there's another contingency. If you have a hobby and you're making those things, right? If you're making that sword and you sell those swords for whatever they're worth, I would never squawk at anybody for that because you're freaking covering your costs for a hobby that you're freaking that you're doing.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to sell it as my own invention. Also, look what I made.
That thing right there. Hold it up for another second. That thing right there would probably freaking take like, I don't know, 15, maybe even 20 ounces. No, about 13 to 15 ounces of silver to freaking pour that. Okay, which would be a little pricey.
Yeah. I'm going to start with the simple stuff like zinc and aluminium and brass.
Yeah.
Maybe brass would be a cool golden one. Maybe try a copper one, but copper is very difficult on its own. When it's an alloy, it usually works better, like bronze.
It depends on what format. It depends on the format. But I'm saying, if you're just trying to cover the cost of the hobby, I can't squawk at somebody for trying to reproduce anything. It doesn't matter what it is. If you make 100 of them and you're trying to be, I think I'm gonna make a bunch of these and get myself a new car. Then that would be, a lot of people would frown upon something like that. And me personally, I'm not going to squawk either way. I can't squawk too loudly.
No, if I wanted to sell these and like start producing them myself, I wouldn't be putting it on YouTube. Yeah.
No, but there is a contingency for people. If you have a hobby and if you have to cover the cost of the hobby, who cares?
Exactly.
You do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So, to me, it would never matter. Like, do what you got to do. If this thing is going to freaking cost somebody $200 to buy it because you poured it and you copied it and poured it in silver, well, then there you go. That's what you did.
Yeah.
And that's what it costs,
Yeah.
If you try to cover costs. And,
I might even be able to, if I've cast the thing, sand down the handle so that it's somewhat smoother and thinner, and actually get some leather and wrap it in a similar way and have it
pretty cool.
Have it an actual leather handle, because you can get leather laces at arts and crafts shops in all different thicknesses and colors. And
if you can't find the leather you need, which you probably would be able to, then
Yeah.
what you'll have to do is create your own. If
Well,
you
create your own leather.
Yes, if you cannot find the leather lace you need, cut your own. Find leather like this. This is from a jacket.
Yeah,
Oh,
take it from Scout.
there was all kinds of clothing in the trash room, and I didn't bother to check if there was any leather in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of old denim.
I've been cutting my own leather for decades. This is burgundy. This is a burgundy color, like a brownish burgundy color. You see? And when you have an old jacket like this and it gets damaged like mine did, take the jacket and cut it into whatever pieces you want. You could either bust it at the seam like I did.
Yeah.
See how that's a nice edge right there? Where that's a nice finished edge where it's even sewn. See
Yeah.
the
Oh
seam?
yeah.
Where it's even sewn. I busted the seam so that I could get the two panels apart. And now I have this nice back panel. This is all one back panel from a jacket. See how it's like angled like a back panel would be? That's a nice back panel from a jacket. So there, I have a nice back panel to do something with. I could put that in another jacket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, old leather sofas on the side of the road. That's right.
Yeah, that
boys.
will also work. I do got
yeah.
one of these. It's I think a leather belt from a jacket or something.
There you go. That'll work.
Yeah, I saw this sticking out, and I thought, well, I can use the whole thing as a handle wrap for if I make like a big sword at some point.
Get some nice sharp scissors and just cut real whatever thickness of strips you need.
Yeah, these are actually two sides sewn together. So if you actually cut one strip, you actually get two.
Yeah.
So this is some interesting stuff here. Good ideas. Good ideas.
Yep. I've been doing alterations to leather objects for a long time, since the 90s.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I have videos on my channel of some of the leather work I've done.
I don't think I've seen those. I saw some of the things you did.
I have over 1,300 videos, but
That's why.
I don't expect anybody to go back and watch them all. No, don't do that. Go read a book.
Teacup. Oh, Teacup is in here.
Awesome.
You missed the whole show. Yes. Hello, Teacup.
I think it's awesome that Monica's in here too.
Yeah.
And Mama Q. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I've been spending quite some time with Mama Q and Monica over at JJ's and at Mess Hall and Maniacs.
We got a lot of popular people in here. We got Prev, JJ, Mama Q, Teacup, Monica.
I only
don't
hang
know
out
if
with
I'm
popular people.
I don't know if I'm the problem.
Oh, bro.
Prev, you're everywhere. Everybody knows you.
You too, Captain Jerk. Pretty
And
damn
Hot
popular.
Mess Missy, she came in here and she was freaking dynamite in the chat. Awesome, really cool, really cool. I've sat up on panel with her a couple of times now. She is freaking awesome. She's
She is. Here, let me quickly show some more stuff. That's one of the first things that I took out of the box and placed aside here. This is a banner that was in there.
Wow.
Come on, focus on the thing.
Yeah. See, I would be able to have something like that in my home now, and it wouldn't get destroyed by cigarette smoke.
Exactly. That's the. I don't smoke myself, so yeah, I'm quite happy with this. I'm going to need to find a spot to hang this, because this looks awesome.
Yeah.
Ralph, I just got an idea. If you're gonna get another seat, like another chair, anyways, why not scrap that chair that you got there and get the leather off there?
Well, as you can probably tell, the leather is what's the word? Molting? I don't know. It's getting.
That's like pleather.
Yes, exactly. That's probably pleather. Leather doesn't
Yeah,
I'll do this.
that's just plastic, but it's cool when it's like still like pliable and like able to stick to your chair.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with the chair at all, actually, because it's still good. But it's just the outer layer that's getting off of the thing.
It's just worn.
Get her done, Granny.
It's a chair that's seen some use.
I can't really criticize anybody else's sit right now because I sleep in a recliner. Like this recliner right here, I sit here and I sleep here, and it's a recliner that is broken, so it does not recline.
Okay, so it's just a
Okay.
seat now.
Yes.
And may I ask why you don't sleep in a regular bed? Or
My neck doesn't move.
oh,
I'm very animated, so I go like this, and I'm like, but I don't. My
he
neck.
can't turn his head. I only just noticed when he told me like a few days ago. So I never noticed. Been watching him for months now.
Yeah, it's difficult for me to get comfortable in my bed, so I just
okay.
like I sit back like this, and I'm like this for a few minutes, just watching whatever videos and like.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever. Mama Q, I am drinking iced coffee. I've been making my own iced coffee for years now, and I make coffee cubes in my refrigerator.
Coffee cubes?
Yes, I take hot coffee, I pour it in ice cube trays like normal, and then I put the ice cube trays directly into the freezer while they're still hot.
Okay.
I make sure that nothing melts around them, and then what happens is ice. The coffee turns into ice, and then you have brown coffee cubes, and then you brew coffee. Put the ice cubes in your coffee cup. Put your sugar on top of it, and then pour coffee over the lot, and there you have your iced coffee.
Genius.
Okay. Cool.
It's not my idea, but I have been using it for a long time now, so I've found a way for it to taste good to us. When they make coffee, when they make iced coffee in a restaurant, they make it over regular ice, okay? And then if you're sipping it for a while, it tends to get watery. Mine does not get watery because the cubes are made out of more coffee.
Aha. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's nice. It's very nice. I recommend that you use a decent like quality of coffee.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it would be better to use a decent quality coffee, rather than to use like the bottom grade coffees because they have a tendency to separate.
Yeah, true.
So
We are almost at the 2-hour mark. I see YouTube is saying 117 minutes, and StreamYard says 1 hour 58 and a half.
Yep.
Let's end it here. And Eileen's interview with Maniac is about to start, I think. So
yes.
I would assume that we all go there.
Okay.
Or
right.
suggest we all go there, I would say.
Let's do a raid.
Let's do the raid.
I have a prior engagement, but thank you for having me on the stream.
Thank you for coming.
But I will raid with you.
Oh, yeah, sure. I got the link in the chat now.
Hi, Teacup. Bye, Teacup.
So thank you for coming, Teacup, and everybody else in the chat. And let's all hop over to Eileen and
do a Ralph Morrick raid.
Yeah, make it a Ralph Morrick raid. Why not?
Okay. I'll see you over there, guys.
Yeah.
See you all there.
How you doing?